So I just got back in from out, and I didn't get triggered. You know, if you been watching my video, you know sometimes I get triggered when I go out if I don't see nothing fine or anything like that. But you know, I wasn't really triggered, but I did get into my imagination. So my friend was DJ, and I went out or whatever, and I did see things that made me think about my ex, of course, and one of his ex co-workers was like, hey, and all that shit, you know. But, you know, I didn't really let that get to me too much. Of course, I did think about him. But then whenever we went to a couple of different places, and then whenever we went to the last spot that we was at, it was such an intimate place with unique music, and it would just gave me couples vibes. And I really let my imagination get into, like, having him, and then how I'm really gonna be an ain't shit friend. I'm gonna be MIA for a while when I get my man. When people get in relationships and you don't see or talk to them, yes, it is frustrating. We want to feel a way about it, but I actually completely understand. Matter of fact, like a good friend of mine, you know, she be on the selfish side, but I hesitate to call her that because I know her heart. But she, you know, ever since she's been in this relationship, you just don't talk to her. But honestly, you didn't talk to her before. But she'd be so wrapped up in her man. And I want to have something to say. But I'd be hating. Because I get it. I would be the same. Honestly, I just wonder. I'm just happy my friends are understanding. Because I'm not really going to be spending any time with them. I don't see why I get my man. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be thinking about doing friend shit. Like, I don't want to be going nowhere. I'm not trying to go to no club with y'all if my man not there. For what? I don't want to do shit. I'm going to be one of them sickening ass females that don't want to do shit without her man. At least for the first 10 years. Because I've despised life without him for so long that once I get him, do you think I'm going to give a fuck about anybody but him? Now, I say that with of course, obviously I'm going to care about my friends and family. I'm going to be there. I'm still going to be a good friend. But, ooh, I'm going to be centered around my man. I mean, I just am. I don't know what to say because I'm talking about the man of my dreams here. I'm not talking about no nigga who no fuck boy who ain't worth it. I'm talking about the nigga that is worth it. I'm talking about the man I'm getting money with. I'm talking about the man that loves me for real, my life partner. I'm talking about that person. So that person's worth getting wrapped the fuck up into. He could be wrapped the fuck up into me because we're going to be productive members of society. Really, I would want him to be a trust fund baby. So or just something where he got millions, just money where finances are out of the way. So we can't just be wrapped up in each other. We can really disappear and not do anything to generate income for 10 years straight and we're great. That is really what I want. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I would also be okay with, you know, us just spending about 70 to 90% of our time together. Don't care what anyone thinks about it. I call it thirsty, call it man crazy. Yes, I am man crazy about my man. It's really all about us and him. I've had enough time for it to be all about me. Plenty of time for that. Plenty of time for it to be all about me and all about the homies. Fuck the homies. Okay, I don't care. And I say that with so much love and respect because again, if one of my friends get a man and I don't hear from them like that I don't hear from them like that. I may feel a way, but I get it. I can't get too mad because I really do get it. But you know, within reason, of course. But like, I just let myself just imagine like him being here right now, like me being just talking to him and kissing him, like you know. Where we were and I have a friend, like two friends who are like they're in a relationship and like they're off somewhere in some other part of Cape Town in their own bubble and oh I envy that, you know. I'm ready for that, you know. And envy is not bad, you know what I'm saying. Envy is just what it is, you know. I long for that, you know, to have my man, we off somewhere just in our own world, not giving a fuck about what anybody else got going on. Like, it's just, that is such a euphoric feeling. I see why people fight to hold on to it. I see why people get so afraid it would be taken away because that shit is crack. That is the crack I've been chasing my entire life. And, you know, I make these videos because one day me and him are going to sit and watch them together and we're going to talk about where we were when I made this video. This time last year, I was in Medellin, Colombia. I was 7 days out from manifesting the dude I ended up living with, the beautiful man from Toronto, who's from Canada. And I ended up being the first man I lived with, and oh, what a beautiful experience that was. I remember saying, I'm going to have somebody for my birthday, and he gave me the best birthday ever. He just took me out to eat. You know what he did for my birthday? Everything he said he would. And that's why it meant the world to me. Like, it was not a promise broken. I mean, we went out to eat. I got a birthday dick. You know, he paid for everything. He got me flowers. Like, that was the best birthday ever. And this birthday is gonna top it. I have to believe this birthday is. I wouldn't be mad if it matched it. I was with a beautiful man who I loved having sex with, who talked to me every single day. I was in my little Pisces heaven. So I'm gonna have to really do that because, yeah, around this time last year, I was like a month and a half out from another traumatic blow that my ex gave me. He was supposed to be coming to Colombia and didn't come because he got some fat bitch pregnant, but you know, whatever. And I was off that, and I remember the energy I was in. I was dating, and I was appreciating every date. I was just writing down positive aspects of every man that I like had met, and I just did it until I got him, and he was so amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't perfect, but he was the best male experience, most healthy dynamic with the man that I've ever had, the most consistent that I've ever had, like, in my whole life. And I'll never forget him. Never forget him. I'll tell y'all all about that. I'll make a whole video dedicated to that. But I'm just appreciative that I came home to an apartment that I like, that I got home safe, that I still have the chance to manifest. I was listening to certain music that gets me in the mood to think about, like, me and him and how deeply connected me and him are. We are deeply connected. We want to be around each other all the time. I was watching Coco and Ice-T's reality show, and they said we only in 10 years we only spend one day apart. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, this kind of stuff I'm talking about exists. I'm not with all of this new age, I don't need no man, I don't need to be with my man all the time. Yes, I do. I need to be with my man all the time. I do need to be with him. I'm a Pisces, okay? I don't need a lot of time away from my man, and I don't need my man needing a lot of time away from me. You can have your time, sure. You got 10 to 20% of your life that you don't need me to be around, but I need to be there. Well, and then when I'm out of this phase, we can get into a new one. But no, like, I want no normal shit. I don't want whatever y'all think is possible. I know what I've been conjuring up my whole life. I know what I want. I want my man, this person just can't get enough of me, and I can't get enough of them, and it stays that fucking way. It just gets more and more intense. And everything that we do, we prefer to do together. Meditate together, work out together. Yes, we are that. We are joined at the fucking hip. We are that couple that does everything together. Yes, we have a separate part. I may go out to eat alone to do something, but 80 to 90% of my time is going to be with my man. I'm manifesting reality shows with my man. I'm with him. We work together. We do things together. He's in my life permanently. And I'm just imagining, like, and it's a video that's going to go viral when I get him, because I'm going to just cry. Like, I feel like I'm going to cry a lot of tears. And I got a chance to cry a lot of tears of appreciation and joy with the dude in Colombia. I was at the dinner table. I just cried because it's like, wow, like, a man actually kept his word and took me out to eat and got me flowers and showed up for me. Like, oh my God, that was beautiful. I'm getting into that energy again to manifest that, because that was, I feel like I don't belong in the single world life. I don't belong in a fucking place with all of these females and these people looking for love. I belong with my man. I belong on some ducked off place in the corner with my man, kissing and shit and talking and connecting and tuning the world out. That's where I belong. I don't belong in the single circles. And my man, my twin flame, look at this. When we are together, nothing's gonna come before you. Nothing. Nothing. I'm going to cherish you with everything in me because I know I've been so long without you. Everything that I do has to do with you. I travel because I'm looking for you. Anytime I go anywhere and I try to look my best, I'm looking for you. When I log on these dating apps, I'm looking for you. Like, even if I try to act like I'm not, it's always about you. And so when you come into my life, do you think I'm going to ever mistreat you? Do you think I'm ever going to do anything that will cause you the slightest bit of miscomfort, my nigga? Like, sure, we're going to be uncomfortable and we're going to have to grow through things, but I'm never going to hurt you. I'm so considerate to your feelings and how you feel. But you have to watch out for me, though, because the little girl in me will sometimes overdo things. But I need you to help me. Like, that's why you're so special, because you're not going to let me manipulate me even if it benefits you. That's the deep kind of love that I need, because I will give, and then before I know it, I done too much, and it's, I've done that before. I need you to sometimes say, Sid, like, for instance, like, I have some trauma around my dad was broke or whatever it is, or cheap, and I sometimes I don't know what it's like to be with a man that's going to financially support me. So sometimes, like, I'll pay for stuff or not, I'll feel like I need to or something. But I need you to stop me when I go to pull out my card to pay for something, because you're so in tune with me that if I'm doing something like that, then it's not coming from, like, the right place. So, like, that's the kind, like, it will really benefit you for me to pay for this thing. I'm not saying I'm going to buy you gifts and stuff, but, like, you'll know. Because while I say I want a man that's going to pay for everything, I learned that I don't really know how to act with that. I'm so not used to it. Because it was a guy, what we call the rich Zambian. Like, I was over his house, and he left, like, he said, I'm leaving emergency money here just in case you need to use something. And then, but I'm so literal with it, I'm thinking, okay, I can't use that to buy my food. He went to work. I was like, I can't use that to buy my food, because if I do, he's going to think I'm using him or something. And so I, like, paid for my own food when he literally left that for me to pay for my own food. And it's just like, and I'm like, oh, see, but I need someone to say, Sydney, like, when I told him that, to say, how much was it, and give me the money. I need someone to be that in tune with me, to love me like that, to where they're not going to let me act from trauma, even if it benefits them. That's the kind of, like, love and support that I need. That's also the love and support that I would give. Like, I'm not gonna let my man do anything for me if I feel like it's coming from trauma, or if I feel like he's doing it, out of any kind of obligation or out of fear. I would stop him and say, babe, are you sure? Because I want you to do this thing for me, but I know that you've had trauma around this. I want to be sure your decision is pure. Like, that's the kind of love I'm talking about. Like, I don't know how I still have hope after I don't understand how I still even have it in me to think I can have a relationship. It must be some kind of inner knowing that keeps me going. But I do know that the amount of love and care and consideration and affection that I'm gonna give him, it's going to shake the world, because we're going to dominate the world with our love. And we're never going to be single again. I'm going to meet him, and it's going to work out for the rest of our lives. You know, I'm poly, but really all I really need is one. When I say that, I mean, yeah, we'll have other partners up and down the road, but as long as I have my one life partner, him, like that solid one, that's like not going nowhere, him, my Will Smith. I love their fucking relationship. If you don't get it, sucks for you. But that's what, like, I need my Will Smith. To want to, no matter what, we're going to be together. I don't care what phase we in. We never in the broken up phase, for real. Yeah, we may live separate lives, and I may not call your wife, but we still here. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna cherish him, man. Pour so much into everything about him, because he's doing that to me. And I'm proud of myself, because instead of getting in my feelings, because I could have, I'm sensitive and vulnerable these days. I could have been triggered as fuck going out, but I didn't get triggered. I got into my imagination and gave myself something instead of focusing on reality, because that's what I'm practicing more and more, not focusing on what is, focusing on what is manifesting and what is in the spiritual realm. Anyway, that's the end of this video diary. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Oh, and I wore a very nice outfit today. I felt very sexy. I mean, my body is definitely looking a lot better. You know, I gained some weight due to body dysmorphia, which I make a video about that too. But I mean, I felt good in my body today, and I did feel pretty. But I just want to say that I love y'all, and thank y'all for listening to my journey, and thank y'all for the comments. Subscribe. Bye.